Okay, this is degree 2. So when we talk about quadratic function, we can write it in 3 different forms. Okay, the first form, we write it as y equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. This is called the general form. Okay, so why we want to write a quadratic function in general form? Who can tell me? So if I give you a quadratic in general form, straight away, what is one of the things you can straight away read from the equation? Like for example, all this you learned before, I give you y equal to 4 minus 3x minus 2x squared. Okay, straight away, what can you tell me about this function? Anyone want to try? Look at the function, I can tell myself, okay. Certain
The
thing.
shape of the curve is
Okay, you can know the shape of the curve. How you know the shape of the curve?
the positive or negative of the variable.
Which variable?
A.
Okay. Huh?
It's quite.
Is it B?
The variable with
A. Okay. So instead of saying A, what you should say? In this general form, A is what? A is
-2.
The coefficient coefficient 1 or 2
1
1 coefficient of x squared. So that is A. So in this case, in this example, this is your A. So it doesn't mean A I have to put at the beginning because A is the coefficient of x squared. So you know the true fact about quadratic function. If A is greater than 0, so the shape of the curve. So these are the true fact that you have to memorize. Is like that. Smiling. This is the shape. Positive people always smile. That's how I remember. But what the coefficient of x? Okay, if A is less than 0, means negative value, shape of the curve is this shape. And this shape, we give it a name called convex. And this shape, we give it the name called concave. So in this case, what is the shape of this curve?
Concave.
So the curve is like that. So these two shapes, we call it a parabola. There is an axis of symmetry, and there is a highest point, maximum point, or there is a minimum point. Okay, so that is one true fact about. Okay, so straight away, you can recognize the shape of the curve. Okay, other than that, what else? Can you straight away get from that? When I give you some a quadratic function in a general form? Yes? Can someone tell me?
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept.
Yes, y-intercept. I can read the y-intercept straight away, correct? You see, when we talk about y-intercept, we say when x equal to 0. So my y equal to a times 0 square plus b times 0 plus c. So this is my y-intercept. So in this case, what is the y-intercept?
Oh,
Hmm. So that means if I want to sketch the graph for this one, I want to sketch the graph. So you know how to sketch the graph of a quadratic function, correct? If I want to sketch the graph for here, okay, I want to sketch the graph. I know it's this shape. I know the y-intercept is at 4. So it's this shape. So how am I going to know the maximum point? Coordinate of the maximum point. So you need to do calculation. So if you want to know, I give you a general form. If you want to know the coordinate of maximum point, then you have to do calculation. So you need to calculate. So my problem now is how to calculate the coordinate of the turning point. And for this case, it's a maximum point, the highest it can go. So what is the maximum point? How to calculate? So who can tell me?
Complete the square.
What for I use completing the square? So difficult.
Differentiate.
What for I differentiate? If someone can come up with a formula for me, do you want to follow?
is it the b square?
B square minus 4ac.
Yeah.
No. So you see, I believe this graph should go in this way. All right. So you want to find? So there are two ways of finding. So one is, so there is an x coordinate and a y coordinate of the turning point. So this is the axis of symmetry. So there is a formula given. So if you memorize this formula, then you can get your answer easily. Negative b over 2a. So this is a formula. So I cannot straight away get, so I have to do calculation. I have to memorize the formula. Okay, so negative b over 2a. So for our case, what is your b? Can someone tell me what is your b?
Negative.
-3.
Negative 3, the coefficient of x. Okay, 2. A is negative 2. So that means this axis of symmetry is 3 over 4. So the coordinate x of this is 3 over 4. So if you know how to get the coordinate x, then you should be able to get the corresponding coordinate y, am I right? So how do you get the corresponding y?
Isn't it -3 over 4?
Hmm? So what you need to do, you know,
Your
x, equal to 3 over 4, correct? So if you want to know why, then you put into here. You got your graphic calculator with you already? So you
No.
substitute into the function to get the corresponding value of y. Okay, please take out the calculator and calculate. Scientific calculator also can.
Five over 8.
The answer is 5 over 8, is it? Sure? Yeah, I take your word, huh? So 5 over 8. So to get the coordinates of turning point, you have to memorize it. You have to know, you have to okay? And so you have to do something to it. Yeah. Okay, so if I ask for axis of symmetry, this is the axis of symmetry. Okay. It's okay, it's okay. You haven't buy graphic calculator, it's okay.
Miss,
Okay, yes?
how can the maximum coordinate of y be 5 over 8 when the y-intercept is 4?
That's why I'm asking. So is that calculation, is the calculation correct? Is the calculation correct? Or the y-intercept is the x
Symmetry is
coordinate is
correct.
wrong. The x
Symmetry.
coordinate is wrong. You
Yeah.
check. So my graph is correct or wrong? Negative times negative positive, divide by negative, the whole thing is negative, okay? Young people? Hello?
Yes.
So my whole
Yes.
graph is not right. My graph should be the other way around.
Yes.
So my graph should be this way around. So this graph is wrong. So the graph should go in this way around. So don't think that your teacher will not make mistake. So you see your friend very, that's why just now I asked you, are you sure this is correct? Then your friend say, if your y-intercept is 4, how can your highest point lower than 4? Logic or not?
No.
Hello?
No.
Not
logic.
logic. So that means there's something wrong with our calculation already. Am I right?
Yeah.
So please bear in mind, in class, will Miss don't make calculation mistake? Will. So sometimes is do it on purpose, see whether are you in the class or not. Or you think that I'm 100% right. So the graph is like that. Am I right? So the x is equal to negative 3 over 4. So this formula still run. Okay. So what is the highest coordinate? So it's negative 3 over 4, comma.
5, 1 over 8.
Yeah, so this is wrong. It's 5, 1 over 8. Hello, everyone in the class, are you okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
So it's good for teacher to confuse you first before you confuse yourself. So very good. At least I know that you are focused in class. Right? Are you okay?
Okay,
So that
yes.
is the purpose. Okay, so that means if someone give us a quadratic function in a general form, we can get two information straight away. So that's why when you talk about writing report, okay, when you want to let people know what you want to let people know straight away from the formula, okay, I straight away can extract something out without any calculation. So any form of equation you put forward, there is a purpose. You put it in that way because you want people to straight away can read something out of it. Other than that, if you want to know further, then you have to use the formula to get the answer. So if I want to know the axis of symmetry from here, I have to follow this formula. Right? That is also the coordinate x of the turning point. That is also x coordinate of the turning point. Are you okay?
Yes.
Yes.
So we have to know. Okay, so far, anything else you want to know about quadratic function if I write it in general form? What other things that can we find? I run to the next page, huh? Okay, we have the general form here. Okay. So two things, a greater than 0, the shape is like this. A less than 0, the shape is like this. Okay, then we straight away can get the y-intercept is equal to c. Okay, then we can do calculation of turning point. X coordinate is negative b over 2a. Y coordinate sub into the function. This value, okay? So that is how I talk to myself. So our just now we have is y equal to 4 minus 3x minus 2x squared. Okay, so we have done that already. Yeah, so we have the graph that look like this. Right? This is negative 3 over 4. Negative 3 over 4. And this is 41 over 8. And here is 4. Right? Okay, so now, may I know what is this 2-point called? What is the 2-point called?
Roots.
You don't call it roots here. What do you call it?
Intersection point.
Okay, when you say intersection point, Okay, you use the word intersection point, correct? We can have y-intercept, we can have x-intercept, we can have intersection point of two graphs. So which one are you referring to?
X-intercept.
Yeah, x-intercept. Okay, so that means we can find x-intercept. And in this case, it seems like it got two x-intercept, correct? Quadratic function maximum got, okay, quadratic curve, maximum 2 x-intercept. And 1 turning point. When you all do high school, when you do this, did you make a summary like that? Okay, what do I mean by maximum 2 x-intercept? When I say maximum 2 x-intercept, that means you can have only 1 or you can even have 0. Are you clear? If I have 0 x-intercept, that means the graph doesn't cut the x-axis. Are you okay? Okay, so now how to find the x-intercept? Still remember from yesterday lesson? I put when y equal to 0. So if I talk about my general form, it will be 0 equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Am I right? So this become a quadratic equation. No more a function because it's equal to 0. Yeah. So you learn the method of finding the, you can use your calculator, correct? Do you have your
Yes.
calculator? Yeah.
Yes.
Can you please use your calculator for our case here and find? Everyone should know how to use your scientific calculator and get the answer. Am I right? So do you get the answer? Can someone tell me the answer?
1 and -2, I think.
X equal to 1 and x equal to or x equal to -2. Is that correct? Here is 1. Here is -2. I think should be correct. This is 1 3/4. 2 minus 3/4. Is it correct?
Yes.
Yes, huh? Okay, I can check. I can check whether it's correct or not. -1. I don't think it's correct. 1 and -2. You think it's correct?
No, teacher, no.
No.
I don't
See
think
a
it's
long
correct.
answer.
Because this is the midpoint. So 1 plus -2 divided by 2. I should get negative. If I do like that, I get -½ It's not equal to -3/4. So how can it be correct? Because this is symmetrical. So it's wrong. So can you give me the correct answer, please?
-2.351.
-2.351 and
0.851.
Hello, just now the person who give me that. May I know, you know how to get the answer? Negative what? Again?
Negative 2.351.
351. And the other one?
Negative. No,
Negative.
0.851.
0.851. Okay. So 3/4, you add up, divide by 2, you get negative 0.75. Around that lah. So now, and if you remember for any quadratic function, equation, if I want to find the roots, or if I want to find, I can use this formula. Still remember the solution? I want to find the root. I can use this formula. Do you think this formula is important?
Yes.
You better write down this formula. We are going to use it to prove certain thing. Negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So your calculator get this answer from here. And okay, I'm going zoom into certain thing, and this is called, what do you give a name for this one? B squared minus 4ac greater than 0 imply
2 roots.
2 real roots. Like here. You cannot say 2 roots, 2 real roots. That means the quadratic equation has 2 solutions. Only real thing can be the solution. Not real cannot be the solution. If b squared minus 4ac equal to 0, equal real roots. That means one solution. If that means have only one x-intercept, so-called. If b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, square root of negative number is not real. So no real roots. So no solution. Are you clear? Root must be real to be a solution. I cannot say no root, got root. It's a matter whether the root is real or not. Are you okay? So these are the things that you have to bear in mind. Is it important? I tell you it's important. Anytime we can use it. So that's why my purpose of going through all this is to tell you. Okay. So are you okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, miss.
Yes. Yeah. So now, can you please try this question? Okay, I'm going to give you given y equal to Okay. A, find the y, or I shouldn't say find. Do you know why? Because you don't have to find. I should state. So my question is very important. State the value of the y-intercept. B, find the x-intercept. If there is one. So if I give you this clue, you should know already. If there is a x-intercept. 3, C, find the coordinates of the turning point. State the nature of this turning point. Okay. Okay, this here. D, if the domain is x, x is a member, real number, and x is between -2 to 2. Find the range. Okay. Are you done? Can you? Okay. Okay, for part A, the y-intercept is equal to do you have the answer? Or
4.
everyone, yeah, 4?
Negative 4.
Negative 4.
Negative 4.
Negative 4. Okay, good. Okay, B. You want to find the x-intercept? You put the y equal to 0, am I right?
Yes.
So every time before we start to find the x-intercept, okay, you can key in the calculator. You tell me what happened when you key into the calculator for this one. So you have to be very careful with your calculator. Huh? So what do you get from your calculator? Is there anyone in this class don't know how to get the solution of a quadratic equation from a calculator? There are two types of calculator, depend on what type of calculator you have. Some they will give you in this form. Okay, they will give you in this form a number plus something, then they put an I there, then divide by something, I don't know. For this one, your calculator give you this form or not? Can I have someone to respond to me?
No, no.
No, I.
No. But your calculator give you the two answer as the same answer. Is it?
No, different answer.
Different answer.
Different.
Okay. I think I'm trying to get something that is. Can I change this to plus? Just change it to plus so that I can do whatever I want to do. I want to. Can we?
Can.
Okay, we just change it to plus. Okay, we just change it to plus, huh? Okay, can or not?
Can.
Okay. So if you put your C as +4, they will give you two same answer. Right?
Yes.
But on top of your calculator, there is a R here. Am I right? So you
Yes.
have to be very careful when you use your scientific calculator. So when there is an R there, that means this is just the real part. Real part. They show you the real part. The real part of it. Hello? The real part.
Yes.
Real part. So when we use that formula, x equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. Okay, this is over 2a. I separate it. So this is the real part. And if your b squared minus 4ac, for our case, b squared is negative 2 squared minus 4ac. Look, this is 4 minus 80, which is negative 76. All right. So that means square root of negative 76 is square root of 76 times square root of negative 1. So it's square root of 76 times, in max, there is such thing as imaginary number. So that square root of negative 1 is called imaginary number. Okay? So there is no real root. So your question only show you the real part. That is your negative b over 2a. So when you use your calculator, you have to be very, very careful. Are you clear? That is the point that I want to point out to you. So in maths, we don't say no root. There is no real root. Imaginary root, if you study specialist maths, is still a root. An imaginary number can make a lot of things work in, especially electronics thing. Are you clear? So these are those who take spec maths. So before I do this, usually I check b squared minus 4ac. I check first. So I put 4 minus 4 times 5 times 4. So I got negative 76 less than 0. So I put a conclusion here, no real roots. So therefore, no x-intercept. That is how you communicate. How you know? Based on this evidence. So in SAYS Maths, you have to know how to tell the examiner who marked your paper, why is it like that? So you see, I purposely tell you. So there is a root, but it's not real. No real root, that means no, the graph doesn't, so this implies the graph doesn't cut the x-intercept. Doesn't cut the x-axis. Okay? Are you okay? So far?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so part C. Find the coordinates of the turning point. So we have the formula, correct? X coordinate. We use negative b over 2a. So it's 1 over 5. So your y coordinate will be 5 times 1 over 5 square minus 2 times 1 over 5 plus 4. So that is equal to 3 and 4 over 5. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So look, hold on, I delete off this part. And the question says, state the nature of the turning point. Right? State the nature of the turning point. What is, when we say nature, it means I expect you to tell me whether it's a maximum point or a minimum point. So my whole graph go in this way. Right? So this is 4. And okay, my graph is a bit out. So just it's a sketch, okay? So this is 1 over 5. And this is 3 and 4 over 5. Okay? So when I say nature of the turning point, so what will your answer be? So therefore, because my A is equal to 5 is greater than 0, the curve go like that. So therefore, 1 over 5 and 3 and 4 over 5 is the minimum point. So you see the minimum value is positive. So therefore, the graph doesn't cut the x-axis. Right? Okay, so D. So if the domain is this, okay, so what I need to do, I need to go into the calculator and find when x equal to -2, what is the value of y? Okay, so what is the value of y? Can someone tell me? 28. Is it?
Yes, 28.
When x equal to 2, what is y?
20.
So answer is 20. Okay, so let's go back to the graph. When x equal to -2, okay, we assume here, -2, the graph is -2, 28. When x equal to 2, okay, assume somewhere here, this point is 2, 20. So when x change from this value to this value, this is the domain. So your y, possible value of y, that is called the range. So here is the range. Are you clear? So
Yes.
therefore, so I illustrate clearly to you already. So therefore, the range is y. Y is a member of real number, and y is between 3 and 4/5. The highest is 28. So depend on the domain that is given to you, you find the corresponding range. Domain are all the possible value for x. Range is all the possible value of y based on a given domain. Are you clear?
Yes.
Okay. So I will stop here. I have another 2 forms of quadratic function. I will do it tomorrow. And together with the cubic function and quartic function will be on Friday. So this is what we are going to learn, revise for this week. So what is the domain? Domains are all the possible value of the manipulated variable. Sometimes it's given by the question, sometimes the question wants you to find. Okay. What is range? All the possible value for the responding variable. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. So these are all the terms that we will keep using it as we go. So any further question? If not, I will end the class because I have to go to another class.
Miss, excuse me.
Yes, yes.
Why is the range for the y? Why is it greater than 3 and 4/5?
Because you see the domain is here, the lowest possible value of y is here. This is the lowest possible value for y. This is the highest possible value for y. As x change from -2 to 2,
Oh, okay,
the
I get it.
lowest y.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Miss, can
Yes.
we say that y is less than or equal to 28 when the domain x is less than -2, greater than -2?
Cannot.
So your answer should be
What?
changed. Your y is less than or equal to 28.
Because, okay, I didn't put equal to, correct?
Yes.
So I shouldn't put equal to. Yes, sorry. I didn't take note of that. So here I should put a circle. Here I should put a circle. But here I got equal. Here can be equal. 28 there cannot be equal only. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so here I to put a circle instead. Okay, so plus, you get me? This one can be equal, this one cannot, because here there is no equal sign. See or not? So sometimes we are teacher, when we teach correct, we mislook certain things. So you point out to us is very good. Yeah, I agree. Okay, any other question?
No, Miss.
No. Okay, so you see, through one question, you can learn up a lot of things. So you bear in mind what is range, what is domain, and so on and so forth. Okay? Yeah. Okay, thank you, class.
Thank you, Miss.
Miss.
Thank
you,
you.
Miss.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Yeah.